Welcome to Harry's Hook. I am a journalist, big fan of boxing. I've written published articles on it. I also train and spar. Undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. No boxer has attained this status since the great Lennox Lewis about 2 decades ago. That all changes on February 17th. Hopefully there are no delays when WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury faces off against unified heavyweight champion Oleksandr Usyk. It's not just action-packed bouts or brilliant performances that get etched in stone. In fact, many of those have been lost to time. But it's the fights that have built up drama, meaning, history, that endure through the ages and will be watched and studied by the Jetsons and other future societies. In today's video, we're going to discuss the importance of Fury versus Usyk and why this fight means so much for each of their legacies. But first, if you enjoy this content, do me a solid, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. I appreciate your support. We're going to first talk about Usyk because I think it'll make more sense in context when I then discuss Fury. To start, Oleksandr Usyk was a brilliant amateur. He won the 2011 World Amateur Boxing Championships, upsetting the #1 ranked Artur Beterbiev in the quarterfinals. The very next year, 2012, he won gold at the Olympics, and he won other accolades along the way. As a pro, he cleaned out the cruiserweight division, winning all the belts, becoming undisputed. He then moved up, took on Anthony Joshua, and beat him, becoming the unified heavyweight champion. The last one to accomplish that feat? Evander the Real Deal Holyfield. So make no mistake, Usyk is already a historically great fighter. If he beats Tyson Fury to become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, after already having been the undisputed cruiserweight champ, then this whole heavyweight era will be defined by Usyk. He would again join Evander Holyfield in that feat, and considering the amateurs and pros, he'd have one of the truly all-time great boxing careers. And consider the larger narrative here, the story. Usyk, a proud Ukrainian, returned to Ukraine after Russia had invaded and joined the Territorial Defense Force. He said he wanted to stay in Ukraine, but was urged by his wounded comrades to fight for their country. In the ring, he did just that when he defeated Anthony Joshua in their rematch. To then overcome such a massive David versus Goliath kind of size disadvantage against Tyson Fury to become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. What a moment for Usyk, and what a moment for Ukraine that would be. By the way, if you're looking for a Fury versus Usyk preview and prediction, fear not, one is in the works. Or, if this is a little bit more in the future and closer to the fight, I've already made it. Now to the Gypsy King. After a renaissance of the heavyweight division in the 1990s that included the likes of Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis, and others, Vladimir Klitschko became the dominant force in the division for about a decade, until Tyson Fury bewildered and outboxed him in 2015 and ended the Klitschko era. After reaching the pinnacle, Fury was supposed to have a rematch with Klitschko, but didn't, and disappeared from the boxing scene. After 2.5 years, and depression, coke, obesity, Fury returned to the ring, had 2 tune-up fights, and then had the cojones, the castañas, the cashews, to take on Deontay Wilder in 2018 when he was then unbeaten, the Grim Reaper of the division, and the WBC heavyweight champ. While he outboxed Wilder for most of the fight, he was knocked down twice, and the bout was ruled a draw. He joined the famed Kronk Gym in the next year, retooled his technique and his strategy, then he dismantled and stopped Wilder in their 2020 rematch, handing him his first loss. And they had an absolute classic of a trilogy fight where they both were knocked down. Fury, though, emerged victorious with an 11th round KO. The Gypsy King has a great story, but his resume is top-heavy. He doesn't really have too much to boast about regarding victories beyond Klitschko and Wilder. He's extremely charismatic and versatile as a fighter, but his antics outside the ring have gotten him into hot water at times, and he's made some baffling decisions in regards to matchups lately. He nearly capsized his legacy in a fight against MMA star Francis Ngannou, skirting away with a split decision. He's claimed the title of lineal heavyweight champ, and many do consider him that, despite his long layoff after beating Klitschko. But a win over Usyk, and adding the status of undisputed heavyweight champion, would go a long way to boosting the depth of his resume, really capping off his comeback story, and fortifying his argument to be placed among the all-time heavyweight greats. Now, I still think that he needs a few more high-level wins to truly belong in the upper echelons, but becoming undisputed would certainly solidify his claim that he is the lineal heavyweight champ, and that in the history of boxing, this was his era all along. And that right there is Harry's hook. Let me know what you think in the comments. Who do you think, Fury or Usyk, has more to gain and more to lose in this matchup? Who do you favor winning the contest? And also, again, be sure to look out for my preview and prediction.